Very sad to say that once again, the Chinese hating content creators are at it again, coming up with a new story to shock and scare the masses, even though what they're actually talking about is not only not as shocking and scary as they say, but actually a lot more common in other countries than people might want to believe. Let's talk about it. 大家好，我是 Hey everyone, it's Surat in China. How y'all doing today? I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm having a really good day. However, I gotta say, a lot of these China haters out there really do get me down. They will take isolated incidents that happen in China and make them out to be a massive problem all across the country and things that are 100% unique to China, when that simply is not the case. However, I at least have all of my great viewers and subscribers and channel members to lift my spirits, and I want to say thank you all for your tremendous support. Whether you've become a channel member and get early access to the videos, or you've bought me a coffee at one of the links down below or in the description, or even if you've just recently become a subscriber, and remember to throw me a thumbs up when you see videos that you like, since it does really help my channel to grow. I appreciate all of you, and you brighten my spirits every day. But I think it's important that we talk about the China hate as well. Now, recently, on August 24th, there was a very unfortunate accident in northwestern China in Qinghai. Now, during a tensioning procedure on a new bridge construction, one of the cables on the bridge snapped. And this is very unfortunate, as not only did a portion of the bridge collapse, but up to 16 people sadly lost their lives. Now, this is very, very unfortunate, but it is not uncommon. These types of bridge collapses happen all over the world. It is part of construction and the construction practice. However, if you look at these terrible China hating content creators, they will bring up a term that absolutely disgusts me, and that being tofu-dregs. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with that term, what it is implying is that China is using such inferior construction components that they are similar to the consistency of tofu. Yes, accidents do happen, and it is unfortunate. However, is it China specific? Is it from this tofu-dreg construction practice that's only happening in China? Well, let's take a quick look right now at bridge collapses worldwide. And I think the information we're going to find is going to be somewhat illuminating. Let's have a peek. Now, Wikipedia has been listing bridge failures all over the world for a very long time, and going back as far as 1800. Now, I don't want to go through the entire list. It is massive. So we're going to go down to more recent years, as recent as 2000 to 2020, and have a look at the list of bridge failures. So as you can see, we've got the list of bridge failures here. I am going to list them by date so that it's easier to go through them. So we start off with the United States in May 2000, and I'm just going to scroll through the list because there are a lot of them, but I just want to focus on some of the countries that we see come up more often than not. So we've got United States, we've got Spain, we've got Canada, we've got Panama, we've got the United States again, we've got Portugal, we've got the United States again, we've got India, We've got the United States again. We've got the United States again. We've got India. We've got Argentina. We've got the United States, Canada, United States, United States, Canada, United States, Cameroon, Chile, United States, United States, India, Spain, Venezuela, Denmark, United States, etc., etc. Now, one thing this list shows us is that bridge collapses happen all over the world. This is not a China specific problem. And as you can see right here, China is listed here as well. But did you notice a rather reoccurring country in that list as we went through? United States, China, Pakistan, India, Vietnam, Nepal, China, United States, United States, United States, United States, etc. Well, let's go back to the top of that list and let's filter it by country. So I'm going to go the reverse alphabetical, so we can kind of take a look at countries that start with, oh, I don't know, U. So we've got Vietnam, Venezuela, then we've got United States. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. 34 listed bridge failures between the years 2000 and 2020. That's a lot of bridge failures. The most out of every country listed on this page. Now, if we scroll down a bit more and we take a look at the Republic of China, which it is listed in a couple places here. It's listed as Republic of China and People's Republic of China. So this could, in this situation, it does respond to Taiwan, but we're going to count that as well since Taiwan is technically a part of China anyway. And let's add as much as we can to this list for China. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now let's just go down more to see if there's any in just China. 14. Quite a few in India. And that's it. 14 listed bridge failures in China, 34 in America. And these are just big ones. These are not your little run-of-the-mill average bridges in small counties going over little creeks and streams. These are big ones. So if China is having all these problems with the tofu-dreg buildings and tofu-dreg construction and bridges, what's the United States' excuse? Since they're obviously not using tofu for their construction, could they be using cardboard instead of construction materials like concrete and steel? Why does the United States have 20 more listed bridge collapses than China does? And why is China singled out as being the leading problem when it comes to bridge collapses, when that's simply not the case? However, apparently, those funds that the US government sets aside to pay off anti-China content creators make that content much more appealing than people making content about bridge failures in America. Maybe if the Chinese government had a fund set up for anti-American news, we'd get a lot more stories about that. But fortunately for America, the Chinese government just doesn't work that way. There are bridges collapsing all across America and Canada, for that matter, on a regular basis due to the government's not funding infrastructure. And this is becoming a bigger and bigger and bigger problem, especially when you have clowns like Donald Trump removing agencies that would be monitoring things like safety and structural capabilities of things like bridges and highways and construction practices. As his reign of terror continues and he continues removing vital funding from those infrastructure projects, we are going to see these problems occurring more and more. But when it comes to the tofu dregs that these jackass online hate organizations and content creators want to spread, it is simply not true. They claim to be news agencies, yet all you will see are thumbnails saying tofu drag this, tofu drag that, collapse, death, murder, mayhem. It's a horror show. But you never see videos like this one talking about the world's tallest bridge completing its final load testing and preparing to open to the public within a couple weeks. This bridge is a modern marvel. It is amazing, as are so many of the bridges and infrastructure currently covering the entire country of China. From the high-speed trains, the amazing subways, and public transportation available to the people at incredibly inexpensive costs, building projects like this are being completed on a regular basis that are completely safe, that are completely secure, and completely ignored by the China hating masses. They will post videos about, oh, look, one little ship touched a bridge and the entire thing collapsed, like that is the biggest thing they've ever heard. What a horrible news story. Yet, when it happens in America, last year, nothing. Not a word. So, once again, as I always say, take these stories from these absolutely horrible, unscrupulous, and profit driven scumbags who create these anti China hate channels with a grain of salt. They're not doing it for your safety or for providing you with the latest news. They're doing it to make money and profit. And that is their only motivation. And unfortunately, for China and the rest of the world, they don't have the opportunity to come and see the truth for themselves. And they rely on people like these losers to provide them the information, even though it is so abjectly false. Now, in an upcoming video, I'm going to discuss the topic of these anti-China hate groups and content creators and what their real motivations are. I get asked all the time, but Sarant, they have over 1 million subscribers. Doesn't that mean that their information must be legitimate? How else would they get 1 million subscribers? Well, do they really have 1 million subscribers? Or was that number fudged somehow? And why would they pay money to fudge a number when it's not getting them more viewers, which I'll explain to you in the upcoming video as well? What's their motivation for spending money to just look like their channel is bigger than it is? Well, stay tuned. In my next video, that's exactly what I'm going to talk about. But for now, I'm going to head off and enjoy this beautiful day in my non-tofu drag community here in Huizhou. And I hope you're all having a wonderful day as well. We'll see you in the next video. Zaijian.